woken up in the morning and just sat there for a while on the edge of the bed, trying to summon the strength to stand up? Your legs feel a little weaker than they did last month. Your arms take a little more effort to lift. You walk a little slower, not because of pain, but because your body just doesn't feel as strong as it used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After the age of 60, it's completely normal to experience a steady decline in muscle strength. What many people don't realize is that this muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, isn't just about getting older. It's about what we do, or don't do, to support our bodies along the way. Here's something that might surprise you. Your muscles don't just grow stronger from what you do during the day. In fact, your body does its most important work while you sleep. That's when it rebuilds, repairs, and renews your muscle tissue, but only if it has the right building blocks to work with. And those building blocks? They come from food. Not just any food, but the right kind of gentle, nourishing bedtime foods that work quietly while you rest. In today's video, I'm going to walk with you through 4 powerful, natural bedtime foods that can help you fight muscle loss, restore strength, and wake up feeling just a little more confident in your body, one peaceful night at a time. And the last food? Just 1 spoonful before bed, but the impact on your muscles might surprise you. Stay with me till the end. Before we dive in, if you're curious about simple ways to stay strong while you sleep, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to Smart Health 365, and share in the comments. Have you ever tried a bedtime snack that actually helped you feel better in the morning? I'd love to hear about your experience. Now, let's begin with something gentle. Something green. Fuzzy on the outside, sweet and tangy on the inside, the humble kiwi. You might think of kiwi as a refreshing snack on a summer day or something to toss into a fruit salad. But here's the part many people don't know. This little fruit is a quiet hero when it comes to sleep and recovery, especially if you enjoy it at night. Let me tell you a story. A gentleman named George, 74 years old, widowed, a retired teacher, told me something interesting over a cup of tea. He said, I don't really sleep through the night anymore, and when I wake up, I feel stiff, like my body's been holding tension while I slept. He wasn't in pain exactly, just tired, drained. His legs didn't feel as stable as they once did. His arms had lost that easy strength he once took for granted. He thought that was just part of aging. But I asked him to try one small change. Eat 2 kiwis about an hour before bedtime every night for 2 weeks. That's it. You wouldn't believe the difference. Not only did George fall asleep faster, which he hadn't done in years, but he told me he started waking up feeling lighter, more rested, and more modal. I don't creak like an old chair anymore, he laughed. My legs feel like they belong to me again. So what makes kiwis so special? For starters, kiwi is one of the few fruits that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain, hey, it's time to sleep. While many people take melatonin pills, kiwi offers a gentle, food-based version your body can absorb and use naturally. Studies have shown that eating kiwi before bed can improve both sleep quality and sleep duration, especially in older adults. But here's where it gets even better. Deeper, more restful sleep is when your body does its most important muscle repair work. While you're dreaming, your body is busy restoring worn-out tissues, balancing hormones, and rebuilding strength, but only if you actually reach those deeper stages of sleep. Kiwi helps unlock that doorway. Beyond melatonin, kiwi is also rich in antioxidants like vitamin C and E. Why does that matter? Because as we age, our muscles are more prone to inflammation and oxidative stress. That's what causes stiffness, soreness, and that general feeling of being slowed down. Antioxidants help sweep away that damage so your muscle cells can focus on recovery instead of just repair. Kiwi is also a great source of potassium, which supports proper muscle contractions and helps prevent nighttime leg cramps. And if you've ever woken up with one of those sharp calf cramps at 3 a.m., you know how valuable that can be. And here's the part seniors love the most. Kiwi is easy to digest and won't spike your blood sugar. Even though it tastes sweet, it has a low glycemic index, making it safe for people managing diabetes or watching their insulin levels. It's also naturally low in sodium, which is ideal if you're dealing with high blood pressure. So what's the best way to enjoy it? Just peel 2 ripe kiwis about an hour before bed. Eat them slowly, maybe while you unwind with a quiet book or soft music. It's a small ritual, but one that signals to your body, rest is coming, healing is coming. Of course, listen to your body. A few people may experience mild stomach upset if they're sensitive to fruit acids or have digestive conditions. But for most, kiwi is gentle, calming, and even soothing. We've just explored the quiet power of kiwi, a gentle way to slip into better sleep and support recovery. But now let's turn to something a little more familiar. Something we've all cracked open at one point or another, maybe with toast in the morning or nestled into a favorite family recipe. Let's talk about eggs. You might be thinking, eggs? Before bed? It's true. Most of us think of eggs as a breakfast staple. But here's the surprising part. An egg before bed can do something pretty remarkable for your body while you sleep, especially if you're over 60 and trying to preserve strength, balance, and muscle tone. What makes eggs so powerful isn't just that they're rich in protein, though they certainly are. Eggs offer what nutrition experts call a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to grow and repair. And they're especially high in leucine, that all-important amino acid that activates muscle protein synthesis. That's a fancy way of saying, when you eat eggs, your body gets a very clear message. It's time to rebuild. Here's where it gets even more interesting for seniors. As we age, our bodies become less responsive to small amounts of protein. A 25-year-old can eat a small serving of chicken and build muscle, but someone over 60? They often need a slightly higher dose of quality, leucine-rich protein to get the same benefit. And that's where eggs shine. Just one large egg contains about 6 grams of protein, with around 500–600 milligrams of leucine, enough to contribute meaningfully to overnight muscle repair. If you're someone who eats lightly at night, or if your dinner didn't have much protein, a soft-boiled egg an hour before bed might just be the missing piece your body needs to stay strong. But there's more. Eggs also provide vitamin D, which many older adults are low in, especially if you don't spend much time in the sun. And vitamin D is not just about bones, it also plays a big role in muscle function and coordination. Combine that with the choline found in eggs, a nutrient that supports brain and nerve function, and you've got a food that helps your body move and respond with more ease and confidence. Now you might be wondering, but what about cholesterol? That's a fair question, especially since eggs got a bad reputation back in the day. But here's what the science now shows. For most people, moderate egg consumption, about 1 egg per day, does not increase heart disease risk. In fact, some studies suggest that eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile by raising the good HDL cholesterol. Unless your doctor has given you specific advice to avoid them, eggs can be a very safe, very valuable part of your diet. Of course, how you prepare your eggs matters too. A gently cooked egg, think soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled in olive oil, is easy on digestion and retains more of its nutrients. Avoid frying in butter or adding too much salt, which can irritate your stomach or raise blood pressure. And if you have trouble chewing, a soft egg is one of the easiest proteins to eat, no jaw strain required. Let me share a real example. There's a woman named Lean I met through a wellness workshop. 68 years old, always cheerful, always bringing fruit for everyone. She struggled for years with feeling weak in the mornings. "I get out of bed and my legs wobble like cooked noodles," she once said with a laugh. She didn't eat dinner late and often skipped snacks after sunset, thinking it would help her sleep better. We added just one poached egg to her evening routine. Not a big meal, just a warm little bite before bed. 2 weeks later, she told me, "I didn't think it would do anything, but I don't feel so wobbly anymore. I actually feel stable." That's what the right bedtime protein can do. It's not about eating a heavy meal at night, far from it. It's about giving your muscles just enough of the right fuel to repair and rebuild while you rest. Your body does the work. You just have to give it the tools. It needs to unwind physically, not just mentally. But magnesium isn't the only trick pumpkin seeds have up their sleeve. They're also one of the few foods that naturally contain tryptophan, an amino acid your body converts into serotonin and then into melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. While tryptophan on its own won't knock you out, combining it with magnesium creates a powerful 1-2 punch for better, deeper sleep. And better sleep means more growth hormone, more cellular repair, and yes, more muscle rebuilding during the night, all while you rest under the covers. Let's not forget, pumpkin seeds also offer a good amount of plant-based protein, about 7 grams per ounce, plus healthy fats that slow digestion. That means your body gets a slow and steady release of amino acids through the night, not a quick spike and crash. It's gentle, sustaining, and exactly what aging muscles need to heal and grow stronger. So, how do you eat pumpkin seeds at night? Simple. Keep it small. A tablespoon or 2 is more than enough. Eat them plain, or sprinkle them over some plain Greek yogurt for a protein boost. Some people like to gently warm them in a pan to bring out the nutty flavor, but that's totally optional. One tip: choose unsalted seeds. Sodium late at night isn't friendly to your blood pressure, especially if you're managing hypertension. Pumpkin seeds are also high in zinc, which supports cell repair, immune strength, and hormonal balance. That's especially important for men over 60 who want to maintain healthy testosterone levels, which are directly tied to muscle mass. All that from a single seed. Nature doesn't waste space. A quick note, like all nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds are calorie-dense. That doesn't make them bad, just be mindful. Don't eat them by the handful, especially late at night. Stick to a small portion. Think of them not as a snack, but as a nightly tonic for your muscles and your sleep. Now we've come to the last one, the quiet champion of bedtime strength. It doesn't have the sweetness of fruit or the crunch of seeds. It's not colorful or flashy. But if there's one food that truly works while you sleep to rebuild the muscles time tries to steal, it's this one: cottage cheese. Now, before you wrinkle your nose and think, "That's something my grandmother used to eat," stay with me. Because behind that simple, lumpy texture is one of the most effective muscle-building foods you can eat, especially before bed and especially after 60. Let me explain why. There's a special type of protein in cottage cheese called casein, and casein is different from the protein in chicken, fish, or even eggs. It's slow digesting. Once you eat it, your body doesn't burn through it right away. Instead, it releases amino acids gradually over several hours, gently nourishing your muscles all night long. Why is that important? Because during sleep, your body enters repair mode. But if there aren't enough amino acids in your bloodstream, your body may actually start breaking down muscle to fuel other processes. That's the last thing you want, especially with age-related muscle loss already in play. Now imagine giving your body a steady trickle of those amino acids overnight. That's exactly what cottage cheese does. It doesn't spike your blood sugar, it doesn't feel heavy, it just quietly gets to work, supporting muscle repair, growth, and strength. Let me tell you about Martha, a dear friend of mine. She's 76, sharp as ever, but had started noticing her legs getting weaker. Climbing stairs became harder, getting out of the car took more effort. She was told it was just aging, but that didn't sit right with her. So we made one small change, a few spoonfuls of low-fat cottage cheese 30 minutes before bed. 3 weeks later, she said, "It's like my body finally got the memo. I'm waking up with more energy, I feel stable again." That's what happens when your body gets what it's been missing. Cottage cheese is also rich in leucine, the same muscle-triggering amino acid we talked about with eggs, but released over a longer window of time. Think of it this way: eggs give you a push. Cottage cheese gives you a hand, steady and supportive, all night long. And if you're watching your blood sugar, more good news. Cottage cheese is naturally low in carbohydrates, especially the plain, low-fat kind. It won't cause nighttime spikes or crashes. In fact, it may help stabilize blood sugar overnight, a major win for those with diabetes or prediabetes. Concerned about sodium? Look for low-sodium versions. Watching heart health? Choose low-fat or 1% varieties to keep saturated fat in check. Now, about the taste and texture. Some people love it plain. Others mix in a few banana slices or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Even that leftover kiwi from earlier, it pairs beautifully. Keep it light, keep it simple. This isn't a meal, it's a signal to your body. Here's what you need. Take your time, repair while I sleep. Just one spoonful, truly, can make a difference. And the best part? No prep, no cooking, no blender, no fuss. Open the container, take a spoon, nourish your body, quietly, gently, and powerfully. Too often, seniors think they need to do something big to feel strong again. Intense workouts, complex meal plans, expensive supplements. But the truth? Strength after 60 comes from consistency in small things. From knowing what your body needs and when. And at bedtime, a little cottage cheese is like giving your muscles a good night hug. So, now that we've walked this quiet evening path together, let's take a deep, gentle breath and reflect. You don't need to flip your life upside down. You don't need to count every calorie. You don't need to chase perfection. What your body truly needs, especially after 60, is something more sustainable. A few thoughtful choices made consistently with care. Tonight, that choice might be something as small as peeling a kiwi, boiling an egg, enjoying a spoonful of cottage cheese, or letting pumpkin seeds melt on your tongue before the lights go out. These aren't just bedtime snacks. They're acts of kindness toward your future self. They feed your muscles. They calm your nervous system. They support deeper sleep and stronger mornings. And with every quiet ritual, you're reminding your body, you still matter. You're still strong. You're still capable of rebuilding. Because here's the truth. Muscle loss isn't inevitable. It's reversible. It's preventable. And it starts with giving your body what it's been quietly asking for, not in loud, overwhelming ways, but in simple, loving steps. So tonight, instead of going to bed feeling like your strength is slipping away, you can rest knowing your body is gently rebuilding while you sleep. If this video brought you hope or gave you a few new ideas to try, I'd love to hear from you. What bedtime food are you most curious to try? Drop a comment below. I read every word. Your story might inspire someone else in our Smart Health 365 family. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to Smart Health 365. Here, we're building something special, a place where growing older means growing wiser, stronger, and more connected every day. Until next time, rest well, eat kindly, and wake up stronger. You've earned it.